Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, Technical Trader. It's Monday, April 11th, and these are the charts of the day. Today, we're going to talk about longs and shorts. And on the long side, there are less and less what I consider as stocks breaking out or attractive moves happening, and it's probably a result of the market trending lower in the last few sessions, or at least becoming softer. Well, let's take a look at some of the ones though that did make some moves today and look pretty good. AFFX, scientific and technical instruments, kind of biotech-related firm. You can see this big base that formed over the last 8 or 9 months. Today, jumping through resistance on the biggest volume since January, and up 42 cents or 8% on 1.9 million. It appears that this could be breaking out here, and if it does, we may see it run up to my next target, which is up around the 6.5 area, maybe 7. Secondary target up around 8.25. BLTI continues to act well, up another 40 cents or 7% on 2 million shares today. That's the increase. Volume has increased over the last 3 sessions, and you can see the mini flag that had formed here was moved out today, and the stock ran up to 629, closed at 616, as I said, up 40 cents. So this is a new high of going back to end of 07, so 3.5-year high. And at this point, the resistance on the chart appears to me, and the next target would be up around the $8 level for BLTI going forward. MCP had a stellar day, as did all the rare earths. Excuse me. This was up 476 today, jumping to as high as 72.74 at one point, up 5.5, but backing off. But still a positive session on 12 million shares. That's increasing volume, surging technicals, new high on money stream. Stock acts like it wants to be an $85 to $90 stock, and it will set the high 80s for our target on MCP now. NVMI, Nova Measuring Instruments, popped out of a trading range today with an increase, with a surge in volume of 721,000 shares, up 5% or 49 cents. But the key overhead resistance at 1144, the February rally high, is what we need to get through to really extend this one. And if that does occur, I'd look for a move up towards the 14 range, my next trading target. SIMO, Silicon Motion, had a nice day today. Now, 3 days ago, the stock popped on a key breakout from this wedge, which we noted, and I put out a swing trade. Over the following 2 days, it had a little bit of a pullback flag, and today reversed from 881 to 981, closed up 72 cents, just 3 cents off the high on 1.4 million, a gain of 8%, and my target now is 1150 at the lateral price resistance here for short-term traders. TXCC also had a nice day, moving out of a 4-day flag or pennant, popping 52 cents or 10.5% on over 1 million shares. With technical surging, I think the stock can make it to 6.5, my short-term trading target. Beyond that, maybe 7.5, 3/4. Tyco popped out of a 3-day flag as well today, as volume surged to 17 million shares on up $1.56 today. If you go back on a 5-year chart, you'll see major highs up in the 55 to 57 zone. That's up here and here. That'll be my next trading target for Tyco. 52 and 57. Those are our targets. UDRL had a nice day today. Union Drilling, an oil and gas exploration firm, popped out of a 1-month coil, exploded on biggest volume this year, and matter of fact, it's the biggest volume in 2 years. So significant price volume surge today with a breakout of the 4-week coil. Should at least get us up short term to 12, secondary target at 14. And those are ideas on the long side today. Let's take a look at the short side. AKAM, which has been in a downtrend going back to the multiple tops at the end of last year and January, with a big breakaway gap to the downside in February and a snapback. We noted this as a bear flag. The stock then moved from 43 down to 34 and change before snapping back. But the declining tops line and channel appear to be at that angle. Today it's backed off 87 cents and appears to maybe have broken back down. Minimum retest of 34 3/4, 35. But I believe that based on the overall pattern, we could see this down towards the low 30s. APH, Amphenol. This stock appears to have completed a top formation and broken lateral price resistance, price support, as well as trend line support. And then now it's formed a bear flag. Today it dropped 40 cents, but any further damage here, we can see a quick hit down towards 50 and perhaps even quickly down towards 48.5. Cree is hanging on by a thin thread here and appears to be very vulnerable and looks to me like a further downside damage could occur with a move into the high 30s short term and maybe even mid 30s on an intermediate term basis. Massive top formation forming on sugar company Kozan Limited, which appears to be on a rollover top formation right at the neckline here, and a break of this key support level could send this down quickly down towards the $10 range, my short-term target. FFIV in a downtrend and looking pretty ugly to me is holding on also near this key support level about 88, and a break of that 88, 89 zone could roll this over into the mid 80s and then maybe high 70s. Guess Incorporated broke down and has been bear flagging for a couple, 3 weeks now. It was unchanged today, but this pattern looks ominous to me for more downside with a target around starting from 33 and then 30. The more advertising, topping pattern broken, been down every day since. Technicals look terrible. We may get a snapback at some point to test that level, but at this point I'm looking for something in the high 20s eventually on that. And Marriott continues to edge lower nearly every day. Don't know what's wrong with this thing, but it sure looks ugly when moving averages have crossed over and rolled over and are now coming down hard. You may get a snapback at some point to the 36, 6.5 range for a shorting opportunity, but at some point I expect this could get down towards 29.30. Northern Oil and Gas, looks like this stock's in trouble, folks. Lots of negative rumors about fraud and et cetera there. I don't know what to make of it other than the technicals are supporting the fundamental negative news. We did have a little head and shoulder top here. That broke. The bear wedge formed. Another low was made here. At this point, it looks like this is the last avenue of hope. If it doesn't hold right in this level, look for 22 and then 18. NTAP, stair-stepping lower here, bear flag, bear wedge, another little mini bear flag here. Looks like if it breaks here, it could break hard into the low 40s, maybe even high 30s. NVEC rallied back after breaking the neckline of this head and shoulders top, rallied back to resistance right here, price and moving average resistance. Perhaps a new down channel is going to be forming here. This is the angle of descent, and this is the bottom of the channel and target down around 49. Quest Software, massive top formation as well over the last 6 months. A break of the 23 3/4 level could send this one reeling, and a target down around 20, and then 20 and 17.5 for QSFT. Roby Corporation, ROVI, also in a bearish pattern. This appears done in terms of completed a top formation. Long consolidation for 5 weeks was broken, and now it's starting to roll over slowly but surely. Could accelerate down into the 45 range short term. STON, very negative looking pattern to me, has broken the top, rallied back to resistance near the declining top line moving averages, and rolled over. If it breaks down below the 24.5 area, I think this stock could be 21, 21.5 pretty quickly. THO, Thor Industries, also looking weak. It did rally back here at some point to form a bear wedge, breaking out of what looked like a potential down channel, but that may have been broken in the last couple sessions as it begins to roll over. You can redraw the channel and reset it to look something like this, perhaps there. Now we'll look for something down around the 28 area, short term for THO. And lastly, today is WebMed, WBMD, which broke down and then bear flag for a couple days, and today it dropped another $1.05. This one's looking quite weak. We could see a dramatic drop down of this one down into the, let's call it 42, 43 zone at some point if it does break key support around 48.5. And that's it for tonight. There's some ideas both on the long and short side. Have a good evening.